How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are rocking and rolling. Um, got people from different states from all over on this call right now, and I got a couple questions for you guys starting off this webinar. So let's see. Got the broadcast going on. Let's rock and roll. All right. So hope you guys are doing all right. It's raining over here in Florida, but I hear all other parts of the country are covered in snow. It's 12 in the afternoon, ready to rock and roll. So I got a question for you guys. How many of you would like a lot more income in your business? How many of you would really like to systemize your business so it works while you're away from it, right? So automatic sales. What if you could close 8 out of the 10 people who come in contact with your services? 8 out of 10 people that you're able to actually give a legitimate presentation to become members of your gym, of your fitness studio, of your dance classes, your massage therapy. How would that completely revolutionize the way that you do business? And here's the thing, to start off, before we go into answering those questions and how exactly to do that, right? First, it's understanding that if you're on this webinar right now, that means you're part of the top 2% of fitness trainers, health coaches, nutritionists, dietitians, chiropractors, wellness professionals that actually looks for ways to improve their marketing, to improve their sales funnel, to sell, which is crucial to understand, because if you know this, you know that with a few tweaks to your marketing, you can beat out the competition. And that's not to say that just 2% of health and fitness professionals actually go about and do marketing and do sales. It's just the fact that a lot of times they're not seeking how to improve upon it, how to convert at a higher rate. They're satisfied with the 3 out of 4, the fact that they make $5 per marketing per contact, right? If you break it down. Or they have 5 new clients a week. They don't seek better ways to market in order to get it to 10 new clients a week. So understanding that it's every time that you tweak it, you're part of that top 2% that is evolving their marketing, and they're not getting outdated. And the thing about that is that that's going to lead to a long-term business, because you can have a successful business year 1, but you have to always think 7 years ahead, right? And that's how I've been able to keep my business flowing for the past 7 years, even though I started off with no degrees, no certifications in health and fitness. So first off, I just want to start off by letting you know as well that this webinar is going to be loaded with as much juicy revenue making value and content as I can put in the short time that we're together. So no fluff, no hype, no crazy freaking hour-long sales pitch. You're just gonna so you want to stick it out the whole way through, because it's going to be a lot of value. You're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to really take the information after this and start to break it down and see where you can apply it in your life and in your practice. But if you assumed I'm going to be making you some type of offer at the end, then I'm not going to disappoint you. I'll even tell you right now, it's to an event that we're hosting in Fort Lauderdale in April with some of the biggest names in fitness and nutrition. And if it's all right with you, right now what I really want to go into is sharing with you who I am, why I do what I do, and also why I work so tenaciously day in, day out, traveling the country in a different city every single week, helping entrepreneurs get to the next level of their business. I just got back from Los Angeles. I was in San Diego the week before that. This weekend I'll be working an event with speakers like Tony Robbins and Nick Vujicic and Adam Markel, helping them with sales at this event called National Achievers Congress in Phoenix. From there, I'm back in Palm Springs, Dallas, Palm Springs, and the list goes on. And And the reason I'm so passionate about it, the reason I'm able to right now, really going in there and working with as many entrepreneurs as I can, in order for them for health coaches, personal trainers, chiropractors, healers to get more clients and make more profits, is because I believe that with the proper sales and marketing skills, health and fitness professionals, we can reverse the global health epidemic in our world. And I also believe that it doesn't have to be done grinding away, working 10 to 14-hour days for the rest of your career. I know it can be done working way less hours and making 10 times the money that you're making today, making walk-away income that comes in whether you're working or you're on vacation. And like I said, the whole mission behind this company is the fact that if the better the health coaches, the nutritionists, the trainers, the health and wellness professionals understand how to sell, understand how to market, the better you understand how to sell, the better you understand how to market your services, then the more people you help live longer lives, live healthier, and prevent illnesses that are breaking hearts all across America. And you're going to be able to make more money because what you're doing is that you're transferring the wealth from these companies that don't put the person and the client and the customer first. They just put the bottom line first. And you're going to be able to transfer that wealth over to you. An example would be like Uber. Like Uber that has transferred the money from the monopoly of taxes to everyday people being able to make an extra income from it, right? So we're talking about on a larger scale, but that's a transference of wealth, and that's what we're seeing today. Because what we see in the economy is that people are liking craftsmanship, people are liking uniqueness, and it's not so much about brand anymore or name brand versus a craft brand. A crafted brand that's has heart and family and it's community centered. We're going to talk about all of that, and it's a lot of fun to look at it because we're seeing the fact that health and wellness, as big of an industry as it is, it's only getting bigger. The pie's only getting bigger, and it's time for the wellness pros to understand how to sell, how to market their business. And like I said, I've been working with a lot of entrepreneurs these past few years, helped a lot of families. I used to work with usually my niche was Latino families with obesity issues, helping them lose hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So I'm very passionate about this. And the thing about it is that I was able to make my money in health and wellness due to the fact that I started off in sales and corporate sales. I was very sick. Genetically speaking, from a doctor's point of view, that's just the way it was. Weak immune system, hair issues, weight loss issues. And when I was able to learn about nutrition and reverse all those things, because I had a background in sales and in marketing, I already understood how to sell these programs and my weight loss programs and the supplement companies that I was affiliated with, helping them sell millions of dollars in products and millions of dollars in my own personal weight loss regimens with no degrees and no certification because of that background, because I understood that it's no matter how great your product is, if you don't communicate the message effectively enough, there's not going to be those sales. And I'd see trainers and professionals with more degrees than a thermometer and not being able to sell, not being able to generate a profit. And that hurt because I saw that they were passionate. I saw that they could produce results for people. And I started working and helping them develop their marketing. And that's why we're here where we are today. And the first thing is always that I always ask a health and fitness pro when we're first really getting down to business is, what is your USP? What is your unique selling proposition? What is it that makes you different? Why you? And I'll be honest with you, if we were talking one-to-one, I'd be very honest with you and tell you whether it's BS or not. So one way to really develop your unique selling proposition, and another way to look at your unique selling proposition and evolving it, developing it is with step one, the foundation is here is what I know, right? I know that through the proper, that through a legitimate vitamin and meal regimen, a post-pregnant woman can lose 20 pounds in 30 days in a healthy way, right? You take it to whatever your niche is. I know that no matter what your genetics are, you can put on 20 pounds of lean muscle in the next 90 days, right? That is what you know. Not, I know the science and the craft, and I know that isometric stretching is better than static stretching, right? You start using your lingo, your language, and that's where it starts to really break down and the message doesn't get through. So here's who I help, right? So who do you help, and deciding who specifically do you help. That's one of the epidemics in our industry, the fact that our message is too abstract, it's large, and that's how it started for me. Who do I help in terms of weight loss? And then I would start off with everyone. I help anyone. It doesn't matter. Oh, you want to put on lean muscle too? I can help you do that as well. And because of that, I wasn't able to connect with them because the message was too abstract. It wasn't focused on them. They didn't feel like, wow, you're exactly who I need, because they could go out there and they could talk to someone that they could build better rapport with and felt more commonality with, and actually paid specific attention to their problems, right? That's why if you look at doctors, there's podiatrists and heart doctors and brain doctors, right? It's each one has their specialty, and the ones that have their specialty make a lot more money than general practitioners, for the most part. So if you are that person, or you know that person, I'd love an introduction. So if you can break it down here, here's what I know, here's who I help. If you're that person or know that person, I would love an introduction. You can put together that message, say it in no more than 15 seconds, and now you've opened up their opportunity to either show more interest or to ask you more questions, or to just walk away and say, okay, that's great. Yep, I'll let you know. Because if they say, yeah, okay, I'll let you know, then you know that they're not interested, and you can just keep going on to the next person, and you've only spent 15 seconds there, rather than giving them a whole 7-10 minute pitch, and you're not even gauging to see if they really wanted to hear it. And I'm just going to be real, because I'm very passionate about it. And you have to know, and you have to be aware next time you're out there and you're networking and you're communicating, or is whether that may be what you're doing, right? Is regurgitating a lot of information that's hard for people to process. You also see there that I asked for an introduction, not a referral, because referrals sounds icky. So you break that down, really put it together, and you have to sometimes drop the ego and know that you can't help everyone, not right now. Develop a specialty right now, and then expand it from there. It's just focused versus scattered energy. You want to build multiple streams. See, building multiple streams of income can be an overwhelming process, right? So, and that's what happens when we get abstract. We start to look at, I'll have the weight loss regimen, the weight gain regimen, and I'll be a life coach and a health coach, and I'll also help with relationships, right? We're getting scattered. But really what you want to do is that you can take that one concept, right? I have a friend right now that just through helping people get out of sciatic pain, through the sciatic pain niche, he has created 5 different types of income streams from that one product, from that one program, because he speaks on it. He speaks on the topic. He also writes a book on the topic. He does a podcast on the topic, and he sells the online training videos on how to get rid of the pain as a profit. So that's taking one message and making multiple streams of income versus taking multiple messages and just overwhelming yourself, trying to make each one its own separate business. Most wealthy health and fitness pros had one claim to fame. One of the pitfalls of not defining what you offer is that you can quickly become a jack of all trades, a master of none, and this can have a negative impact on business growth. So you want to think about it from the perspective of the consumer. How often do you see marketing flyers promoting the services of local handymen who claim to be an expert in everything from drywall installation to plumbing repairs and so on? No, you call the plumber to do plumbing, you call the electrician to do electricity. You got to fine tune the marketing message. Hope you guys are loving this real talk coming from the heart. So all about building that CEO mentality. You want to have that CEO mentality. You want to be able to know what your industry outlook is going to look like, what your target market is, the distinctions and distinguishing the characteristics of that customer. Are their needs being met in the market? What's the size of your market, geographically speaking? So how big is that market? How much market share can you gain? And also the price and the gross margin. So can they afford it? And also what's the money going to look like when you have these clients coming in after your discounts, doing the math properly. So that's, once again, all those things, right? Even though I just went through those few points, may seem almost overwhelming. What I'm trying to say here is that they're less overwhelming when you focus on one message. But you're focusing on multiple messages, multiple different products and services that are different from each other. And what happens is that we can't gain all this information when we're spread out like that. Especially because the health industry is constantly evolving. You look at P90X, for example. Now they're at P90X3. Why? Because they evolved on the fact that the first P90X was an hour and 15-minute long training. And the feedback they got back was the fact that it's too long, I'm not able to finish the workout, so they make it shorter with the same results that they offered when the workout was an hour and 15 minutes. Right? So your marketing message needs to be evolving because the health industry is evolving. There's no such thing as the miracle pill anymore. People understand they got to juice, they got to eat organic. It's, supplements are important, but it'll never beat out what real nutrition is, especially when it comes to weight loss. Understanding that millennials will be 75% of your customers within the next 10 years. And unless you're in the geriatric niche, they're basically gonna be the ones buying everything in the next 10 years. So what that means is that you have to understand that you have to, personal training, for example, can be a dying breed because millennials are always looking out for community. That's why CrossFit is growing, boot camps are growing. Group people meeting up together to ride bikes, through social media. People with similar interests can get together a lot easier in order to live that active lifestyle. So because now it's all about community, it's about making sure that you're building that credibility and becoming an authority within the community that you choose to work with, within the niche and the message that you choose. Right? So credibility through literature and speaking engagements. I'll tell you right now, there's nothing that will sell more than you speaking on a stage. And getting stage time is easier than you thought. Getting a book cover. So you get your book cover on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You get your book cover. You get your book cover. Oh, 1 second here. You get it done on Fiverr, and just right there alone, you've built so much credibility. Because if it were me, I would say, "Hey, my name is Andre. My name's Andres. Don't say your last name because that's kind of weird, right? I'm all about communication, so we're gonna dig into this a little bit. Hey, my name's Andres. I work with Latino households to end obesity, and I'm also the author of the upcoming book, how to live skinny for the rest of your life. You know, that's me coming right off the top of my head. You know, I'm the author of the upcoming book, Skinny Bitch, right? Whatever it is, I'm the author of the upcoming book, Breaking Through Your Fitness Procrastination. Now I'm getting the juices flowing. So right away, you built credibility. My name is Andres Ospina. I work with Latin families to end obesity, and I'm the author of the upcoming book, Ending Your Procrastination Around Fitness. How to love losing weight, getting healthy, and getting ripped. Boom. Right there alone, right? And hey, if you want to get a print of the book when it's released within the next 6 months, just give me your email and I'll keep you updated. Boom, there's your lead. Speaking to children, speaking at schools, writing recipe books. I almost missed that. You know, you can write recipe books. Speaking to children, pro bono events where you speak about, you know, health topics and helping people get healthy. Right away, you're on that stage, you're an authority. So remembering that. And last but not least, you got to be healthy. If you're going to be on stage, got to really look healthy. You don't want to, you know, it's just what it is. Too many times I've seen health pros and wellness coaches with an extra 30 pounds on them, and you're better off hiring someone to speak for you. You're better off having somebody else model for your website. It's the truth. That's how marketing works, because you lose credibility right there. Getting those testimonials. Too many people are not asking for enough testimonials in their business. You just got to ask. You just got to whip out the video camera and tell people what they think. You can put together a quick video, compile it all together, and make it a nice promo video. Get out there and, you know, start writing newsletters and use other experts to speak in those newsletters for you. You have to call these opportunities and ask, and bring on other experts to your show, to your radio show, to your blog post, and have them tell stories. Always tell stories. Always share this. This applies big time to Facebook. If you're doing a Facebook post, Facebook sets a specific algorithm that's going to pick out stories versus encyclopedia style information, statistics, and numbers. So you want to be able to make it more of a reality TV show. Hey guys, I'm here. We're doing this training session. Everybody say hi. You know, this morning I really didn't feel like coming to class. I was going to get another trainer to fill in for me, but I knew, what kind of leader does that? So I had to step up, and I'm here teaching the class, and I'm glad I did. And sometimes you just have to move and take action, even when you don't feel like it. So, you know, it was a big learning lesson for me. Hope to see you guys at the gym. Everybody say hi, right? You do a quick selfie video like that, immediately more views. People want to connect with you. That's why reality television is as big as it is. You know, one of the top CrossFit gyms here in South Florida, the owner's name, his name's Yandy. This gentleman, his story is incredible. His father was an Olympic weightlifter in Cuba during the Soviet era, and they escaped communist Cuba on a boat, on a life raft, for 12 days at the ocean. Almost died, the entire family. And they made it to Miami, and they built a gym, and father and son now build a business together, right? Talk about leaving communism to build wealth, doing what they love in the country of freedom, and doing it together. And they still compete in weightlifting till this day to keep their legacy going. I mean, you want to go to that gym when you know the owners have a story and have put that much heart and that much desire and that much reasoning behind what they do. So developing that story within yourself is crucial. And once again, we're going to be back on the topic of clarity, because if you have many abstract messages, then your message is going to be long and it's going to be overwhelming. So if you're a health coach and you're a trainer and you're a Zumba instructor, then you have to compile all of that into one story as to why you do all of that. You're not going to have that clarity. And that clarity leads to certainty, which leads to that confidence, which is power, and that power leads to action and to you knowing what kind of marketing message to put out there, knowing what kind of marketing message to put out there, knowing what type of action steps to take when you're going in for the close and asking someone to become a member at $120 a month. And then there's more of that clarity, and it's a repetitive cycle. But what happens here is that when we're not clear, we're unclear, we're uncertain. So because we're uncertain, we're unmotivated, and we're unmotivated. So instead of being in our power, we force it. We force ourselves onto our message and onto our brand, and we try to come up with marketing messages and events or meetup groups, or flyers, and we take out the leases on the properties and buy the equipment, and then we're inactive because we're overwhelmed and we're burnt out. So that's the importance of having that clarity. Once again, I help in helping people in what you help people do. And once again, it goes back to what you know, who you help, what you know and who you help, and being clear on that message. So, for example, I help people understand their personal metabolisms and to achieve drastic weight loss that will be simple to maintain and keep for the rest of their lives. Depending on the individual's body, I can help them lose this weight at a healthy rate of 7 to 20 pounds a month. So that probably took me about 9 seconds to say. Let's come up with some more. So once again, you want to break this down and you want to write this down. I help blank achieve blank in blank. Let's think of a couple more. I help women with persistent facial skin issues achieve clear skin and confidence in 30 days. I help genetically predisposed skinny dudes gain 30 pounds of muscle in 3 months. I can reduce bodily aches and pain in the joints within 5 sessions. I can make your sciatica go away for good in 3 weeks, right? So if you're talking to someone, I help people sciatic pain go away in 3 weeks, and it goes away for good. That's it. And you see it away what they say. They could say, wow, my uncle suffers from that. Could you help him? I'll give you his contact. There's your introduction. Or, wow, I've been dealing with that pain a long time. Please, whatever you can do, I'll take that help. Immediately, they're open to it. So, and once again, it's that clarity, it's that confidence, because effective communication as influencers, as coaches, you guys know this, but we're also sellers. You guys know that that most of the message, most of communication is 55% physiology and body language, 38% is tonality, and 7% is words. So once again, that's why you're going to keep developing and evolving your business plan. And you want to have that leverage that we were talking about, so you can make an extra 50 grand on your coaching, an extra 50 grand doing keynote speaking, an extra 50 grand on your book, maybe an extra 50 grand on private sessions with more affluent customers, and another 50 grand on online programs that you sell. That could be that's $250,000 right there that you can make this year through those, as long as you concentrate your message. But before we really talk about really building these, the first thing that you have to consider is, do you value your service? Would you pay what you charge? When you saw that previous list of potential cash flow options, what was your thought process? Was it overwhelming? Did you doubt how you could do it? This changes when you improve your own self-concept. You can't be giving away your services for free left and right. And you have to practice in the mirror how you ask for the sale. So working on these things is crucial, developing and recognizing the empowering beliefs around your program, because you got to understand that selling is a dance between two people, Marketing is the message that has to hit the heart. You can't go for their brain with the stats and the analytics and the sciences. If we look at other businesses, right, like McDonald's, for example, it's, they smell the same everywhere you go. I'm loving it. That jingle, it's catchy. They get the heart because they give kids toys, right? But right now, there's a culture of distrust in our economy and our country where capitalism used to be about solving problems. And this is why people are so disenfranchised with capitalism, because it used to be about solving problems. Today, consumer capitalism is about brainwashing people into paying as much as possible while giving them the least amount of value possible. And you have to make sure that your legacy is different. That's how you build a long-term business. Knowing that you're making a big impact on the world. I was working with Latin families that didn't understand labels, immigrants that didn't understand labels, didn't understand ingredients. They thought that fast food was okay to give. And it's not until I educated them that, to me, it's no similar than giving them rat poison, because some ingredients of theirs aren't, you can find in different types of things, and for different fast food companies, not saying McDonald's specifically, a lot of other companies, then I know I'm making a difference. And I know that they're paying me for the value that I'm worth, and I know I deserve that income because it's going to allow me to put more money into helping more people. And that money creates momentum for me. So you want to make sure that you're promoting something and you're not just announcing it. You want to ask great questions and listen to your prospect carefully. That is, once again, we have all this information, but we try to sell them what they need, and it may not be what they want. And if it's not what they want, they're not going to buy. So you have to ask the prospect before you go into a deeper explanation of your product is, what are you looking for? And if they tell you, then you can say, okay, I have that. Let's get you started. You have to ask your current clients, how am I doing? What could I do better? You have to ask past clients, why did you leave? And if I had that, would you consider coming back? If you're struggling with sales, you haven't sold yourself on your product, which means you have to stack it. So next time you sell someone on a program, hey, start with my program for 3 months, pay up front for the 3 months, but I'll give you on top of that my online coaching program. So I'll give you an app that allows you to track your weight. Very easy to make, guys. On top of that, we'll pay for a week long of your meals with the fresh meal program we have going on. On top of that, I'll give you a month worth of supplements. So if you can, and you have to decide, whatever it is, I'll give you online access to our training regimens and a load of information, to these books. If you can stack more and make it worth it, right, then that's crucial. We'll do an analysis on your progress every month. I'll add that in as a bonus for no charge. So you add these things to the point where it's a no-brainer for them to buy, and it's a no-brainer. You don't feel, you're looking at them like, wow, if you don't buy this, you're not going to get value like this anywhere else. That's what you have to be saying to yourself, so you can say that without trying to justify your prices. Too many times I see health pros, yeah, it's $700, but, and then they're justifying, but it's worth it because so and so and so. Regardless, you said but. It doesn't matter. Now you're justifying the price, and that person's assuming that you think it's a lot. So they're going to think it's a lot, and they're not going to buy. And after that, after you get the sale, we have to really discuss keeping your clients. Permission to challenge them. Permission to interrupt. Permission to use your skills and knowledge to be honest with them when they're slacking, procrastinating, and not holding up to what you said they were going to do, what they said they were going to do. I don't care if they're just watching a video of you. You have to talk to them as if they're a human, not just a camera, and setting those agreements with them. Okay, we're getting you started. If we're getting you started, can I be honest with you? Can I be the coach that's going to bring you to success? Even if that means challenging your limitations, challenging your comfort zone. Are you open to that? because I'm going to stick with you every step of the way and I won't let you down. No one goes down in my water. I'm the lifeguard. I make sure that everybody reaches success. But I need to make sure that I can hold you accountable and that I can be there for you whenever you're not giving it your best and I know that you can do better. Is that okay? Yes. Then you've set a relationship there that is that vulnerability, they won't get it anywhere else and they're going to stick. Because even if they leave, they'll miss that. They'll miss the honesty. For someone that's too nice and just fluffs it up all the time. But you don't go in their face like that until they've already invested in your service. Because if they don't feel comfortable with that and they haven't bought yet, then they won't buy. But once they're invested, of course they're going to want you to hold you accountable. They put down their money. So they want to make sure that they get results. And if you're telling them that you're going to do whatever it takes to get them results, that's it. They're in. They're all in. So as you're increasing your career, it's important that you are saving yourself time. So let's talk a little bit about being a serious business owner and not just someone with the hobby of health and wellness, and not just someone that's going to just work for another business, but actually have your own brand and have your own message. I'm going to fly right through this part. You shouldn't be cooking your own food. Cooking takes a lot of time. You got to clean the dishes. You should be having a meal service where you should be prepping your meals, but even prepping your meals can take all day. I like to use Fresh Meal Plans. If you go to freshmealplans.com or another meal delivery service in your area, then they can deliver meals to you. It's going to save you time. I pay someone $50 a week to come clean my house. It's because I was able to negotiate that price, to clean my office, because that doesn't make me money. That keeps me clear, and it's important for me to have a clean sink at home. To me, I think it does affect my profits if I have clutter all over the place, and where I work isn't clean. But I'm not going to put money in there because I can spend those $50 on the 5 hours that she takes, or on 2 or 3 hours she takes cleaning the house, and in those 3 hours I can make 1,000 or 500 or 400. It doesn't matter. Even if it was $51, right? That's $51 there, but then I'm also the connection and my improvement in my craft. And time is that commodity you never get back. So you have to act as if you're on a huge payroll. You have to know and learn and develop your ability to outsource work on websites like Upwork.com or Elance or Fiverr. Even things like graphic design. That doesn't lead to direct profits, right? You don't have money to hire someone right now. It's not in your budget. Hire someone to set appointments and meetings for you, to have clients come into the facility or to get them on a call. And if you're able to convert that person into a client, then they can get a commission on it. And you can also put them down as an apprenticeship. So it's more of an internship. They're making money if they can bring in business. But other than that, you're also teaching them your craft and teaching them how to be a more skilled trainer. All these ways we can work on. So outsourcing your website, your brochures, and your training and building that apprenticeship. And this type of stuff takes trust. It takes trust. But you want to develop a strategy to become undistractable, right? Because we can procrastinate through doing that busy work, the cleaning, the bill paying, all of that stuff, when all this stuff can be outsourced. And you want to work on it now because it's a skill, right? Having a team, being a leader, managing a business, right, is a skill. And you have to work on it now rather than being a solopreneur that will burn out and crash. So once again, if you're This also means that in your business, sometimes you want to have people that are smarter than you working with you because they can help you grow. This is the, and if once again, you bring on a coach, you bring on a business coach, you bring on professionals that have done it before to give you feedback. And last but not least, you mastermind. Right? How does a mastermind work? It's a group of smart people that meet weekly, monthly, daily, even if whenever it makes sense to tackle challenges and problems together. They lean on each other, they give advice, they share connections, and they do business with each other when it's appropriate. So it's very much peer-to-peer mentoring, and if you're lucky enough to get invited to one, you'll most likely see a marked change in yourself and in your business. So it allows you to be part of an exclusive community. You get advisement, you get to collaborate, you get to extend your network, and it's new learning, cross-promoting. It allows you to think bigger. And the way you break it down is that each person takes their turn to talk about what project they're working on now within their business, what they've learned lately, and what they need help with. So this is probably the greatest way to do it. Obviously, if I didn't say this already, Napoleon Hill, it's rule number 1, think and grow rich. The mastermind is everything. And from there, Napoleon Hill, if you guys haven't heard or read the book, Think and Grow Rich, it's a book you definitely want to pick up. That's all about wealth mentality. Help me make hundreds of thousands of dollars, guys. So pick it up because it'll blow your mind if you haven't read it yet. But he talks about the mastermind. I mean, it's number 1 to wealth building. So when you go over these, each person takes their time to go over these 3 questions. Each member has equal time. You don't interrupt them. There has to be a facilitator, and after the person that's discussing what they are working on now and what they learned and what they need help with, each person gives feedback on all that information. Each individual goes over their notes, right, with person A that just shared that information. And they each have 3 minutes to give back the feedback with no interruption whatsoever from anyone else. And you just have to absorb that feedback, even if it's constructive criticism, even if you don't like the way it sounds, and you want to be able to take it, be emotionally intelligent, and know where it can fit in your business. And I promise you that sometimes it may be tough to hear, but then 5 hours later, you realize how true it was. So mastermind is where I really want to conclude. And once again, guys, talking to so many entrepreneurs all over the country. I see it come up and come up and come up again. Be intentional with your message. And I really invite you guys to come to the Wealth and Health Business Summit that we're doing April 9th and 10th in Weston, Florida, right outside Fort Lauderdale. And if you guys make it to this event, guys, you guys are going to love it. I have great speakers coming to this event. We have Thomas Tadlock, recognized as one of the top 5 trainers in the United States, built the largest indoor boot camp in Orange County, California. He's been on MTV and multiple shows, #1 vegan bodybuilding podcast, has sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in info products, speaks on stages across the world on how to build wealth and long-term success. His wife is a public, they're both authors. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys hear, this guy's an intelligent marketer. I just spent a couple days with him in Dallas, Texas this past week. This man knows his marketing, knows exactly how to sell programs, and knows how to walk the talk. And I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs like this. Dennis Cummings, one of the top chiropractors in the country, retired now, also speaks across the country on health and wellness. Sorry, not health and wellness, on wealth building. He works with one of the largest personal development companies in North America. He's been on stage for T. Harv Eker plenty of times. And what he had to say was that I've had the privilege of working with Andres in the past, where I'm the lead trainer teaching on financial abundance and wealth. Together, we did hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales in as little as 3 days. And, I don't want to read this whole testimonial. It's long. Incredible program. Maximize your business. You want to be at this event. It'll be worth your time. Ruben Mata, international speaker. I shared the stage with Robert Kiyosaki on multiple occasions. International professional speaker. He said, take advantage of the opportunity because the amazing things Andres and Health Pros Academy will share with you will apply to your business and will get you on higher levels of success than you're already having. Working with Andres this past year, the knowledge that I've applied towards my business has given me massive results and has helped me expand my brand internationally. That's him speaking at the World Peace Summit, and that's what others are saying. And guys, right now I have an amazing deal going on. I'll add in a year. So on top of the Wealth and Health Business Summit, which tickets will be going on sale for $297, starting in March. They'll go up for $397. So right now they're at $397 right now. They're at $97 just for the ticket alone. It's a special deal. You guys can go to healthprosacademy.com/summit2 to get your tickets for $97. But I'm doing a deal today, just right now. If you get started, you get a year-long membership into my mastermind, which is an online program where we get to mastermind on a weekly and monthly basis and get free trainings on marketing and skills and how to convert better on Facebook, social media platforms, developing your presentations, question and answer segments. You'll get a coaching call with me, and you'll get 2 tickets to the business summit, not for $297, guys, but for just $97. $97. And that's the $97, guys. You get started with it right now, and that's it. So let me change this offer up a little. You guys click on that link right now. It says only $297, but if you go into that link right now, you're gonna see that you go right to the registration, you get your tickets, and there'll be 2 tickets in there for you. So other than that, guys, hope to see you at the event. Hope you like the webinar. Stay tuned for some more online trainings coming up. Take care. Peace and love.